Welcome back to the Knowledge Hub podcast. A beloved Portland bakery was drowning in clipboards and Excel files. They cut ingredient waste by 20% in 4 months. Here's how they did it, and why it matters if you're running any kind of food business. Picture this: you're running a bakery that's getting more popular by the day, lines are getting longer, custom cake orders are piling up, and somewhere in the back, someone's frantically scribbling inventory counts on a clipboard while flour sits expiring on the shelf. That was the reality for this Portland bakery and cafe before they made a change. The problem wasn't laziness or incompetence, it was scale. What worked when they were small, paper orders, manual stock counts, a basic cash register, turned into operational chaos as they grew. Staff were spending 10 plus hours every week just reconciling timesheets. Custom cake orders got confused because recipes lived in scattered Excel files. Designs got mixed up, deadlines were missed, and pricing was anyone's guess. And they were bleeding money on spoiled ingredients because nobody had real-time visibility into what was expiring when. The breaking point? They couldn't handle crisis situations anymore. A stock out during a weekend rush, a catering order with the wrong recipe. Small mistakes that used to be fixable were now costing real money and damaging their reputation. So they brought in Odoo 18, an enterprise resource planning system built for exactly this kind of mess. The implementation took 4 months, broken into careful phases, so the bakery could keep serving customers while the transformation happened behind the scenes. They started in November 2024 and went fully live by February. Here's what actually changed. First, transactions got 30% faster. They swapped their old cash register for an integrated point-of-sale system that talks directly to inventory and accounting. No more long lines during the morning rush. Online orders jumped 40% because customers could finally order custom cakes through a clean, connected system instead of playing phone tag. Second, they stopped wasting food. 20% reduction in ingredient waste doesn't sound sexy, but for a bakery, that's around $8,000 a year staying in the bank instead of going in the trash. The system tracks expiration dates automatically and sends alerts when it's time to reorder coffee beans or rotate stock. Perishable goods got managed like the precious resources they are. Third, the kitchen became predictable. They standardized their recipes using bills of materials, basically digital recipe cards that the system tracks. Oven downtime dropped 90% because maintenance got scheduled instead of reactive. Consistency went from a hope to a guarantee. Every croissant, every custom cake, every batch of sourdough made the same way, every time. And the labor side, 15% savings, not from cutting staff, but from eliminating the tedious work. Automated scheduling meant no more payroll errors. Accurate timesheets meant no more weekend reconciliation marathons. Real-time labor cost tracking meant managers could actually manage instead of drowning in spreadsheets. Managers got their weekends back. The financial impact was just as dramatic. Accounting errors dropped 90%. Bank reconciliation went from 6 hours a week to 30 minutes. Custom cake project budgeting prevented 20% cost overruns on specialty orders, which matters a lot when those are your highest margin products. Here's the part that matters most. This wasn't a rip and replace nightmare. The team phased it in. Point of sale and inventory first, then production tracking, then the full financial integration. Staff adoption hit 100% because the system actually made their jobs easier, not harder. That's rare. That's what happens when you implement thoughtfully instead of frantically. 4 months from chaos to clarity. Sometimes the smartest move isn't working harder with the tools you have, it's admitting those tools have hit their limit. Until next time, keep building smart.